Hey everyone, welcome to the Triangle Hustle podcast, where life, hustle, and construction collide in the heart of California. I'm Lila, your PPE and safety expert.
I'm Rocio, saving you money with insurance and workers' comp.
And I'm Frank, for all your trash and disposal needs. Whether you're swinging hammers or closing deals, this show is built for those who want to level up in business and in life.
From the job side to the boardroom, we're bringing you real talk, real challenges, and our favorite real wins.
Thanks for joining us. What's up, everybody? How we doing today?
Good.
We're so excited to be here. Dia de los Muertos. As you can tell, I'm expecting a visit today. Now,
He's already there. Technically, they arrived.
no, tonight. I thought they opened the gates tonight and we get the visit to
So
tomorrow.
like it's the 31st. It opens like for the kids and teenagers,
Which was last
and then
night.
yeah, and then the first, like right now, he's there. That's why you're a friend that has to be up on the first by first and 31st.
If anyone's wondering what we're talking about the spiritual portal that we
Dia
talked
de los
about the
Muertos.
other day.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I just did
portal.
put it together last night because I thought the spiritual portal opened tonight. Oh, they go back home tonight.
They go back home tonight. They go. That's why, like, have you ever seen like in the doors they put the little flowers to
Yes,
guide them?
yes.
So they get guided with the
aroma.
flowers. And then
think?
because everybody's supposedly right now, everybody's spirits is coming in like right now. Like the portals are open, everything's out. And they're looking. They're going back home. They're going back home, or they're going somewhere where someone's missing them. So they'll go there, and if you having that bad and things, you have like your little memory, so they could stop there, grab some food. And that's why people will put alcohol, weed, whatever they loved.
Right.
And a lot of people put their pets too, because right now
Yes.
like the portal is also open for pets.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. I love it. So because I've been watching the World Series, of course, with the Dodgers, and my son would totally understand and make sure that we are all watching the Dodgers because he was a big Dodger fan. But I got really behind because, like, usually right now I already have my Calavera face on. The altar would have been done last week, pero...
Oh, so you paint your face.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, rookie. I don't have it, rookie-wise,
right.
but yeah, I'll show you a picture after. And then Cali, too, because Cali comes. So last year we, andábamos de calaveras with the little headdresses, waiting at midnight. So I should have been waiting at midnight last night.
But were you up?
By midnight? No, I think I was already asleep.
Oh, okay.
Because I thought it was tonight.
Well,
but that's okay. So
He's still there. He's at your home right
the
now.
The altar was already up by midnight last night.
Did you put up like his favorite food or?
No, I have to do that now.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's hungry. You need to
I know he's
get back home.
Yes,
to
no,
feed
I
him.
know. We have to. Well, I was telling Chris, we got to go to In-N-Out. That's what he loved. Like you said, put a little weed, put a little whiskey, put his guitars out. Ooh, if we don't put his guitars out, he'll be mad.
Yeah.
Now, does this only work for people that have passed on, or if I wanted to summon like a tortita?
That's the demonic stuff, bro.
Okay, then I don't
but
wanna
if
do
you,
that. I don't want to do that.
but you want to summon, but like,
Well, most of the women that I know have been demonic in a certain sense.
You need to choose better, right?
I will. I
Yes.
have.
well, I mean,
Yeah.
You're
technically,
more enlightened and more
is she-
discerning.
I am
these
more.
days.
You know what?
Yeah.
And
You know,
God,
if she
God's
passed
sending
away-
angels these days. So,
If she passed
yeah.
away, yeah, you could summon them up. But I don't think you want to leave your exes back home.
No, we
I'll be
definitely
mad.
don't.
I'll be
We
like, why the
definitely-
fuck are you calling that ex, dude? She's fucking
Right.
dead. Like, why do you have a picture? I'll be mad. I'll be
Damn.
pissed.
You know what? I've noticed
be
something,
pissed.
and I think you've noticed it too. As the days, as the months, as the years go by, Rocio gets more and more gangster every hour, every minute, and I like it. I, for one, like
I
it.
love it.
Yeah,
Hey.
and
I could
this
be,
is great.
I could be pretty gangster sometimes, but not gangster in the sense, just like, just say what.
What's on your mind?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
I think it's great.
Is that the paletero? What was it?
That is my message. I should maybe
Oh.
lower it.
Right.
But let's dive into what people are listening to, what they want to hear, which is sales. What makes the world go round? How you get paid? What energizes people? But really, in reality, entrepreneurship, the world, it's the exchange of money. That's how it
is.
flows. Someone
Transactions,
does
for
something
sure.
to you, you
Yes.
pay them, and you need people to represent you, right? You could have a ChatGPT, blah, 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 have all it nice, well, but if you don't have someone to represent it, to fix it, to talk about the service, you ain't gonna get no money. So let's share
Yeah.
sales tactics, and I think what people want to know is closing, to be specific.
Right.
Yeah, it's different strokes for different folks, right? And everybody, I mean, good salespeople are hard to find. I would say that.
Comes
And
from
I
the
think-
man that's been in sales how long?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh man, because you're gonna age me if I.
No, but you need to tell people so they know your experience, dude.
I have a little bit of experience in
You're not
sales.
dealing with a rookie.
You're not dealing with a rookie. I know my way around people, but that's really what it is. People. It's a people's business. It's a relationship-based business. And yeah, I've seen a lot of shit, like very aggressive sales negotiations, very easy ones. But I think it's the product that you're pushing, definitely. It's do you believe in it? Do you not believe in it? And definitely experience. Like for me, I was blessed because my journey started in construction, and what I do right now is related to construction. So for me, I have, I'm not going to say easier. I don't want to say easy. It comes a little easier, I guess, for me because of my experience in, being an estimator, being in the construction world for such a long time, moving over to trash that focuses on construction. For me, it's a bit of an easier negotiation because I understand and I build that rapport with the client because it's like we're cut from the same cloth, so to speak. So I was blessed because, the journey taught me what the journey taught me. But yeah, we will get into some closing. But
Yeah, well, I guess I was actually going to ask both of you guys, both because you as well, Miss Lila, you have many years in sales, and that's how you built your book of business, your
Yes.
whole
I've
business.
seen you in action.
Did you do door knocking back then, or what did you do? How did you build it? Was it cold
you
calling?
figure- Well, when you said, when did I start in sales? And I just believe I started as a child out of necessity to help my mom because she had me in a Catholic school that you have to pay for, right? So how do you subsidize? You sell candy, raffle tickets. So did I go door to door? Absolutely. Go door to door after homework, selling, hey, this candy is really great. If you just had dinner, this is a great dessert. That whole thing. What drove me was to help my mom. So it was always a service kind of sale thing. Not being afraid. I think having belief in yourself is very important. And that's where I lacked when I got into the professional part of sales is because, I didn't go to college. And, again, I go back, 35 years. So this was back when women were not in the sales, in a sales capacity as much as they are now. Sales was a male dominated kind of profession. But because I was always so good with people, again, like we said last time, the intention to really help, to really understand, and to want to know them on a personal level too, is where you make the connection, where people, like they say, people buy from people they know and they trust. So that's always been like my first thing. Like when I meet you for the first time, I'm not here to do a transaction. I'm here to get to know you, to get to know me, so I can know your needs and you can know if I can bring solutions and I would be a good vendor partner with you. So that's always been, even back in the day, my first intention. Then you get into the transactional because then you still have to come back, listen to the need, bring back whatever it is, whatever piece of business that you spoke to in that meeting to make sure that you come back with the follow-up or the feedback or the samples or the pricing and you get it done, the next day. You don't want them calling you, so did you have that pricing for me? No.
Oh, yeah.
You want to develop that trust immediately, right? And if you're funny and you have a good personality, and you know what, I'm not going to lie, when you're a woman, if you're easy on the eye, you're going to be that much more successful. If you women out there think it doesn't matter to look good, to comb our hair, and to come out into the sales world, it does matter.
I agree with you on the opening the doors part, but I don't think it'll get you really there because you do have to have a tag. You just be like, oh, look at me, I'm so cute.
No.
Buy from me. Because
No, not at all.
you don't want to be the
you
bimbo.
have to know what you're selling.
And you have to be
believe
a
As,
in
as a
what you're
man, that
selling.
becomes super annoying.
Yeah.
Like you could be a knockout, come to me and try and sell me something, but you don't know the product,
You're right.
or you,
Yeah.
And
or
just
you're
like-
just trying to be cutesy.
Or
I'm
you
not
trying to
gonna-
make him laugh.
yeah.
I've seen women do that too. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what's going on? Like, no.
My point
seen
there
women
was
try and
you've
make
got
me
to know
laugh.
your stuff.
You guys know my rock star, Marisol. So and she's great looking woman, but I harp on her so much, and reiterate, diversion, recycling requirements, franchise agreements, contractual details, over and over and over and over again. Why? Because I don't want her to be cutesy. Anybody could be cutesy. I want her to know and hold her own. Because if I could teach that, if she could walk away with that, then that's a powerful, amazing woman.
Yes. Because someone could come in cutesy and oh yeah, it's easy on the eye. But if there's another woman who maybe might be as good looking or whatever, but she's got the personality, she's got the follow up. Hey, I'm following up on this. It's like, yeah, you like this girl. Like, you know what? You just, dude, whatever you just said right now just made me laugh. All right, let's go. Yeah. It's the personality too and the follow up. Yeah. So on that regard, I'm gonna ask both of you guys a question, which is, how do you answer when someone says, "Let me think about it"? There's always that pushback. It's like, oh yeah, everything looks good. Yeah, let me think about it.
Well, I think I would say something like, well, let me know what it is that you want to think about, that if I can address that right now, let's address it. If not, if it's something, then let's re-meet tomorrow. I'll call you tomorrow at 10, or what's a good time? And then make sure that I try to answer whatever they need to think about then, or at least walk away with the time that we are going to talk again. Mm-hmm. You never leave that whole "let me think about it" open. You either answer some questions again there, or you definitely have another
because
meeting, phone call, whatever.
And I think I agree with that, because I made those mistakes in my first year. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Okay, you follow up. And then if you don't get the when to follow up, when to call you, it's like, psst,
or any other questions that you want me to answer today that while you're thinking about it, let me know now, and then let's talk tomorrow at 10. Yeah. Let's talk tomorrow at 10. Mm-hmm.
It's all on the approach, right? We've all been there where we're rookies to the game. And like you said, right, there's a lot of good stuff being floating around right now. My tactic now that I know what I know is to try and alleviate any and all concerns before I even walk away, or not to give them a reason to say, let me think about it. So going in, you already know there's a need, right? It just really, if it's a cold call, you got to read the room. If the guy's giving you 5-10 minutes,
but this is like the closing part. So you already presented, right? You get your quote, your presentation. The person goes, "Oh yeah, everything looks good. Let me think about it."
So I'll tell you what I do. Right? You got to be a little stern. And, let me think about it. And then you look them dead in the eye and you say, "What's it going to take to get this done today? What's it going to take? You tell me. There's no thinking about it. You tell me what it's going to take. What's it going to take? What's there to think about? Did I address all your concerns?" See, because there comes a point, a lot of people often, I don't want to pressure too much. But you got to know when. Mm-hmm. And if you just had an amazing conversation, if the guy gave you, or woman gave you, a lot of minutes of their time, if there's a specific need and they addressed it, they said, so-and-so's not doing a good job. Okay, what's there to think about? What is it going to take today to earn your business? Tell me what it is, and we'll get it done. Nothing to think about. And that's how you close.
Yeah, because there's a whole difference. There's a difference between selling, pursuing, right? Trying to get your foot in the door. That's a different process. Opening doors, that's a different skill set, and it's different people have they are really good at that, or really good at closing. And some of them are awesome. Like, I'm sure you guys are well balanced, where the whole process, where this person's at this stage. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to closing, and there's a saying like buyers are liars, right? Because they're like, because they're trying to get the best deal for themselves. I understand, because you have to put yourself in the position of the buyer, right? Mm-hmm. So when someone goes, "Oh well, yeah, no, everything looks good, numbers look good. I just want to give you a call next week. I just gotta, think,
that's because they're shopping you out.
Yeah.
So when you get that one, they're shopping you out. I just got that from numbers look great. Well, Marisol got it. And she comes in my office and she goes, "Oh, we're looking good. So-and-so said we're looking great. Numbers look great." I go, "That doesn't tell me anything." Mm-hmm. If you're just going to go based on that, you better start praying to the Virgin Mary, man, because it sounds to me like we don't have the job, because that's an excuse. Numbers look great. No, because if you have the job, hey, you're going to get it. We're just writing up a contract. you know.
Well, did Maribel say, well, if the numbers look good, am I getting a deal? Can I expect
at
it
that
tomorrow?
point, at that
That's
point,
another good question to know if my numbers look good.
Well, we both deal with contractors, dude.
Right.
Lowest bid is what they're always going to try to get you back. Like they're going to, but that's the thing about having multiple quotes, which I try to myself not get involved. I'm like, hey, if you're already talking to XYZ, I think you're good, dude.
Yeah.
Like what I'm going to bring to you is going to be similar to that. And my thing's a little different because in insurance you get blocked out, so I can't really give you a quote. But if you're already talking to two people, there's no reason to be talking to me because they're going to give you the same thing, and then you're going to go back. And if I'm not going to get any commitment out of you at this moment, because hey, I'm ready to do business whenever you are. Just at this moment, you already placed out these two.
yeah.
So how do you deal with you being in the trash with multiple vendors? There's just multiple vendors. And you guys are ultra
that's when
competitive.
you go back to the harder conversation. Oh, well, you know what? Your numbers look great, but what? You know what? You don't have
address
to
the but right
now. So here's what we do, or here's what we did in that particular situation. I said, get her on the phone and let's talk about it. So I got her on the horn. I don't want to know what pricing you got because that would not be good, ethical. Right? And would not be ethical. But I do want to know who you're getting numbers from. Is it XYZ? Is it,
Great question.
Because then at that point, okay, great. You know what? Based on experience, based on what I've seen on the market, so-and-so is going to tell you this, but however, the current cost of that is this, and how do you justify that? And you're also going to be waiting for 2 day turnaround or 4 day turnaround, or this is where they've fallen short in the past. I hope they've corrected it. I doubt that they have, because this is what we know based on experience. So this is what you're going to get. So it's not always the number, especially not in what we do, because heavily you rely on service, because safety hazards, 24/7 operations, specifically LAX, right? You need to be Johnny on the spot. Mm-hmm. So you get into that harder conversation. Okay, I don't need you to give me the numbers. Okay, I just need you to give me a little more information, because this is why you shouldn't make that selection. This is what we bring in terms of operational capacity that has everything to do with price. Everything. So you got to find the way to make yourself stand out. You got to really do research, not just on the product that you're selling, but on each and every single one of your competitors. Mm-hmm. And you got to document it, and you can't go in there with fictional shit. You can't make shit up.
The thing about when you know about your competitors, they're like, this girl knows what's up. Or if you know, like, who's getting the latest jobs, like, yeah, Hensel just got that, and they're like, these people know what's what and who's got the work, and it does set you apart from somebody that just comes in trying to sell something. Because if you're involved in the industry, you know what's going on. You could name some people and some past projects and all of that. People get very comfortable because this trust thing. Once you walk out the door, they'll be like, yeah, I'll deal with that person for sure. Yeah. They already feel, because they feel that you know your industry, you know your competition, you know pricing off the top of your head, all that. And that if I'm a buyer, and especially if you have like this good energy, like you don't seem desperate or, it's a way better experience for the client, for the potential client.
And we're all in the same type of business where we could say there's some accounts that are very easy to get, that are small mom and pop shops, that are 1 month job, 2 month job, 3 month jobs. The hardest projects to get are the 2 years, the 3 years, the 4 years, the heavy civil engineering, multi-million, 300 million, 1.2 billion. Those are the ones that take forever, and a lot of people don't know that. A lot of times you're starting 6 months before the project even gets underway.
Oh yeah.
And you're having presentations, you're having meetings, you're presenting as to why you should be selected, and that's really when it gets fun. I mean, for me, it's fun.
Yeah,
because
that's your sandbox. 100%. I love all that. Yeah.
So call everybody, get everybody in the room, because for me, it's like if I know I'm still walking away with it at the end, I'm still doing something good, and I still got it.
Yeah.
But that's good competition, especially when you select good competitors, healthy, good. It drives excellence on both parties, and hopefully it makes people better.
Yeah.
But those are the good ones.
The way I teach, because I have people under me now, and they'll ask me for help.
What?
Yeah, but I'm not the main. They were just coming for advice. But I feel, I'll help them out in a deal or get on the phone like, hey, can you help me explain this? So, they're like, they say, oh, how do you do it? How do you get into these like larger accounts? And I'm like, well, look, the way larger accounts is, and they make it easy for them to understand. It's like the really hot girl at the club that everybody talks to, right? Everybody wants to get in there, but she's the hot girl. She's got many options. And there's going to be a lot of people always like, here. But she's seen everybody, she knows everybody, or like they want to object. You have to, it's a process. No, you have to know how to talk to her to get in there. And with the larger accounts, it's multiple people. It's not just one person. Most of the time, decision makers are a group of people.
Yep.
So you have to learn and know who the decision makers are, and then talk to them before, because it's true. Because if I meet, I can meet you, you're an amazing person, but I don't know you. It's like, yeah, we have a great rapport right now, but I don't know your history. I don't know what you do, how long you've been doing it. I need to see you multiple times to create that trust, little by
Just
little.
like when we go to events.
Yes.
Right? And if somebody that we're not even calling on the phone because they're a higher up, call them a VP. And you know what I've learned later in my sales career is, because I do safety. So usually I'll ask for the safety guy. Whether he's doing the purchasing or not, he'll know who. But you have somebody that's not a VP. And I've learned that sometimes the VPs are nicer and more helpful than the safety guy. Because they'll be, they're just not as helpful. And so when we're networking and we meet these guys, of course, it's the friendship, not work type of thing. But because we go network because we want to grow our business. So we've got to make sure to tell that VP a little bit about ourselves and then take their direction. Always say, can you give me some direction as far as how can you do a little warm email? Can we do something like that? Ask them right then and there. And I'm telling you, 90% of the time, they will walk you in. Yep. So at least you're going to get in front of the right person. Or let's just say the safety guy was like, yeah, maybe or whatever. And I met the VP of the company. And the next day, the VP of the company tells that safety guy, hey, I met Lila. I really like her. Make sure there's an opportunity there. And then I call the safety guy after I've talked to the VP, whole different conversation. Yeah. So we got to use our network and those networking events because they're fun. We're drinking. We're not, pressured with work. Again, but the intention still has to be.
There you go. The intention is to go network. Because many times, and I think it's based on your personality, right? Because I remember when I first went out there, I was like, I don't know anybody here. My first networking event, I probably went to, I was like 28 or something. I had to get up a lot of courage because I went by myself. It was like nighttime. But I was just like nervous, but I was just started shaking everybody's hand, like, hi. And then you start talking to people, and that's like little by little. Yes. You just get out of your comfort zone. Yes.
It's a numbers game. And the more hands you shake and, going back to like VPs and owners of businesses, a lot of people, they're highly revered and they have huge jobs and huge responsibilities. But at the end of the day, they're humans.
Just people. Yes.
Like I could get on my phone right now and call, 6 owners of the biggest demolition firms here in Southern California and say, what up? What are you doing? You want to go shoot some guns? And they'll probably say, yeah.
Yeah, I want to come.
It took me...
Honey, I want to shoot some guns.
Took me 10 years to develop those relationships. Does that mean that they're going to give me every single job? No. Does that mean that I want them to call me every single day? Hell no. Because when they call me, there's something's going wrong.
Yes.
Right? But it's hard to get to that point. But when you do, you treat them like regular human beings, and they'll respect you for it.
They will.
And don't ever try and lie to them.
Yeah.
And don't ever try and be that used car salesman.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
They
will help you out.
And these guys that are VPs, they're very confident. They have their owners, they're this, and they want to feel that from you too.
Oh, yeah.
They don't, if you come in, they want somebody that's, right, you come in confident. Again, being a woman, you come in bien vestidita.
You gotta know
but you know your shit.
Yes.
You know the questions to ask.
On
and
that
we're
level,
funny. We get drinking and it's fun. It really is fun. And then so the next phone call is so different than a cold call. You know what I mean? So there's the experienced elite people, that's the way they sell. They're not over there trying to get through the receptionist and then make a call.
We've done presentations together. Rocio and I did one for our friends over at we just had lunch with them on Thursday. Yeah,
Thanks
it was like
nice ladies.
We had we had about 10 people there. The whole team for I'm sorry, competitors. Anyway, but they were all there. But it all started with that presentation we did, and we killed it. You know?
Did you guys record that?
Yeah,
We
actually,
recorded it. Well, check it out, right?
Actually, since we're talking about sales, I'm gonna put it on Friday. Frank, I'm gonna put that video if that's okay with you. Calling them on the spot, and I'm gonna put a little comment about like.
Well, see, because
I got that recorded.
Here's the thing. They asked,
Yes.
what's and I love it when they ask this question.
What's like the turnaround time?
What's the difference between you and that other company? Allow me to demonstrate. Now, do I know that it's going to work every single time? No, but again, you got to know your competitor, and you got to have the balls to take the shot. Could have it worked? Could we walked out of there with our tails between our legs? I don't know. I've always been me. So we call our competitor live. And
I saw that. That was so good.
Yeah, and we put them on hold, and I continue to talk, and I'm just talking. And then, I asked somebody else to pull their phone out, and I asked them to call our customer service.
Yeah.
And then right away, we answer the phone. But you see, you got to know your strengths and weaknesses.
Yes.
And so, really, to answer, for me, the close starts happening from the day you meet. From the minute they give you that second of their time, that's when you start to close. Because if you're good at what you do, you're going to start alleviating any and all concerns from the initial get-go. You listen more than you speak. You come at them with the knowledge of the world. You come at them with solutions, and you don't even let it get to the let me think about it.
Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah. So that's the close, right? But I always say you cannot bypass the grind, right? You cannot bypass the daily activities necessary to progress, right? The compound effect. Now, as an owner now, I have a little bit of a different agenda than when I was doing sales. But in sales, all the good salespeople already have a plan. In the morning, they have a plan of what 10 new people they're going to call, who they need to follow up on. There's a plan. Now, mind you, when you have a good base that you're already doing business with, you may have a plan, but let's say 10 customers are calling you and they need your attention. So your plan kind of it's plan B for the day, but whatever you take care of here, you come to your plan. Whatever you didn't finish, you take it on to the next day. Because being consistent with somebody, like if you meet somebody and they don't hear from you for 2 months, you should have never met them in the first place.
Yeah.
You should have already had a second call, an email, whatever it is. So plan, number one, very, very important, right? And then you have to have a little bit of new every day, even if it's one new every day. Like Sam, who's new to the industry, who's 1.5 years into her career. It should be 10, because she's got time, right? She's building. For me, even as the owner right now, still do the hustle. All the time, at least 5. Whether I get to the 5 or not, you know what I mean? But always a plan. The plan for the follow-up. The plan for seeing your CRM and see what you did or you haven't done. Because you don't want things to get cold, right? Then you have your friends that are already your friends that are even... But the grind, there's no bypassing that.
No, you cannot. And a lot of people don't understand that. It's so funny because I could tell you how many times... a sales rep has asked me, well, how did you do it back in your day? Mind you, I broke records when I was a construction sales rep. They flew my ass out to Costa Rica, and I'll tell you how and why. And these dudes think I'm playing with them. You could always spot the lazy one, right? The one that thinks that they should just, it brings it. They should just be awarded stuff just to show up at 9:00 in the morning. That's fucking late for me. When they ask, well, how did you do it? Oh, I was at when I was a rep, I was at my first construction job at 6. Oh, so start at 6? No, motherfucker. I was wearing boots at a construction site at 6 a.m. And I kept doing that over and over and over and over again until like 4 p.m. And then I would go and post up at a Starbucks and start firing out proposals. And then guess what? The next day I was follow up until what? Boom, close. But you want to listen to me, that's fine. You don't want to listen to me. And I tell them, I made stupid mistakes, so you don't have to. I have the recipe. But not a lot of people want to bake the cookies I bake.
I have a question for you, Rocio. Again, me being old school, right? Very challenging sometimes for me to personally, because I do have Jordan that helps me with the company's social media and marketing and stuff. But I'm talking about me personally, right? still have a little bit of a challenge to use the tools like the golden tool of LinkedIn, the golden tool of my personal Instagram page or a Safety Vibe page. That's a challenge that I have, from my generation, to use those tools. But every time I wake up in the morning, I always tell myself I should get on LinkedIn at least for 30 minutes a day. I should get on LinkedIn at least for 30 minutes a day. Still can't get myself to do it. Can you give me some
All right.
tips?
So for people, I actually have gotten off my social media because I've been busy.
And that's what I tell myself. I'm busy making money. I don't need to be on LinkedIn.
Yes, but I use different things. So I've spent so much money on marketing. Like I hired people, done the AI thing, done automated schedule stuff. But I was going to cuss and I stopped myself.
It's okay.
I'm trying not to cuss anymore.
Okay, we're being professional.
No, I'm just trying.
I've been trying that too, but it hasn't fucking worked.
It's because, dude, honestly, the youth group motivates me. The little kids, because my little
be better.
kids.
I love that.
I used to, I always drop F-bombs in my stories, but now I'm like, I can't post that. I can't even, because little kids watch everything. Little kids, they're on there. They're like, hey, they call me teacher. It's like, hey, teacher, I'm
gonna tell those little kids what she called me yesterday.
What did she call you?
Oh no,
torta pounder. What does that even mean, Rocio? What is it? Like I eat a lot of tortas? Like what?
You pound the ham down to the ground. That's what it means.
Which
I still
don't get it.
I think that's my next tattoo.
Torta pounder. Hey, everybody got taste, dude. You love what you love.
Hey, let's go back to LinkedIn now. Let's go back to LinkedIn.
Yes. Back to LinkedIn. So I'm always out and about. I wake up early. So that really helps me out because I'm already, worked out, done that. And, while I'm getting ready at 6:30, because now my posts are usually before 7 a.m. That 6:30 to 7 a.m., I'll just go on there. And, it's really good. Like especially if momentum, you have to get back at your messages. You have to get back at your comments, because LinkedIn is made for you to connect, to share, do whatever. But is it like...
Do you get responses to your messages? Like, let's just say you and I connected. So now I can send you a message.
Yeah.
So let's say I say, hey, so happy to connect. Let's have lunch or whatever the message would be. What is the percentage of the responses?
If I directly reach out to someone, because there's something behind it, you do get a response because there's an action item. But sometimes, I really don't send messages. I do more of a comment. I'm more like, hey, that looks good, or this. But when people reach out to me, there's just different things, right? Sometimes people just want to share their products. Some people just want to get to know you.
That's all I get. Is people trying to solicit me.
Yeah,
I rarely get hey, I saw your post, let's connect. Rarely. Now, I will say, and I'm very inconsistent, but I will say, let's say there's a post, let's say for you, and you have a bunch of likes. Mm-hmm. So now I've learned to see who liked you, because I know you. And if I see somebody that I think maybe I can do business with because I know you, then I would tell you, hey, Rocio, so-and-so liked your post. Make an intro, girl.
Yeah, dude.
Kind of like that. But you get more, your things are insurance, which for safety, I'm sure there's a connection there. But
I have a lot of safety people on my following too. So I have an interesting follow of I have my insurance, my education, I have that mix of that, and I have people who are actually in the staffing world, who are owners, they work there, and I have my construction people who I've met. Because sometimes you just feel, hey, I like your thing, blah, blah, blah. But that's a beautiful thing about social media, is you get able to connect. It's just vibing.
Yeah. But
to be, people say, how do I get more consistent? You just have to post, and you have to think about what is it that you want to share. And again, yes, I know successful people that every day is just hey, look, click on this link, blah, blah, action item, we'll schedule a call. Yeah, you could do it that way. But also people want to know, who are you? Who is...
To me, that's too fast. That's like speed dating. Hey, forcing you to say that we're gonna.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't. Or when people already are connecting me, wanting to do business with me, instead of saying, hey, how are you? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's pure transactional, right? Because someone might be like, you know what, dude,
transactional.
I need an auto policy right now. My auto policy, up the roof. Need this, call this guy, blah, blah, blah. But it's transactional, because it's just I just need it quick, fast. And if you're doing that, you have to be able to provide that, right? It's not let me do a consulting call with you, 30 minutes. I want this quick.
Yeah.
So it's what's your strategy? There's a strategy behind it.
going into the new year, because, we're always trying to get better. I've been doing this a long time, but I'm still saying, how can I get better? Because, again, the sales game is changing. You just mentioned AI. You know that they were telling me, Chris was actually telling me that there's an AI tool where, let's just say you do know, or you're getting ready to have a meeting with whoever, that you could put them into this AI tool and it'll tell you like who they are, where they were born, where they went to school, what they like, how many kids they have. So you kind of almost come in like, I already know the dude. Now, you don't want to make it creepy, like, hey, I AI you on the way in here.
Think before you meet anyone, you should Google them. You should look up them. Because you don't ever want to be
trying to get on the same ground or a subject line, like the Dodgers.
I was doing that way before. So I was using LinkedIn years and years ago. Because I remember even when I was at Republic Services, some dude goes, do you guys know what a lion? Do you guys know that we have a lion in this room? And he pointed at me. He's like, that's because you have like over 2,000 followers. I didn't even know what that was, I guess, but somebody was stalking me. So what I was doing back then, this is like 2011, like when LinkedIn first...
That's when I graduated high school.
Gee, thanks a lot. Rocio has it out for me today. It's her 67th time that she's thrown your little older shade. But so I would go, if I knew I had a meeting with someone, I'd look them up. Like a higher
as
up.
You should.
Yeah, and then so just to get to know a little bit about them, and or the company.
Now I guess it's a level where they're telling you everything about them.
Or the company, yeah, and it comes up in conversation. Oh, I see that you specialize in this, or that you guys are looking for that, or how is it that you're getting, or don't you think this would be good for you, or would this be good? That kind of stuff. Because you really have to think outside.
You have to know their company. Like, are they doing multiple trades? Is this just a pure GC? Do they sub it all out? Like, especially from my insurance, I have to like see what I'm going to protect and risk. Like, I just can't go in there like, oh, okay, I didn't know you guys also did trenching. Yeah. Like, hello. Like, it brings your level down.
Yeah.
Like,
I think younger salespeople too should hang around with more seasoned salespeople. Yes. I think that helps a lot. Yeah. To for them to listen, like what kind of things we say or how to connect. Now with that AI tool, like when you're going to go in and meet somebody, like I said, we're both Dodger fans. Even though you don't know, they haven't told you they're a Dodger fan, you can start talking about the Dodgers and you're going to get their buy-in, right? Like, oh, you're a Dodger fan? Yeah.
And that's the problem where I see this future heading into is that, I'm meeting these new project managers, these new young kids fresh out of college, getting the PEs and the PMs, they're not supers yet because they're not at that level. But one of the things that I'm noticing is that these kids, they don't like to do what we're doing here. They don't like to be in front of people. They use this.
Yeah, my generation is more of a texters.
Yeah,
it's just.
So here's the thing, right? It's like
because in high school you would text a lot. Because I remember when I was in high school, we were just all you would do is text.
Well, it's like somebody who speaks a different language, right? And I'd rather speak Spanish. Well, you learn Spanish, you learn this, and you use a combination, right? Because what I also find out is that once you break that ice and you get in front of these youngsters, and then they call it vibing, and they're like, "Who's this older cool guy?" Then you start vibing. But you have to start making that transition now because a lot of people are integrated or thinking about this whole sales process different. They really want you to make it easy, and by easy I mean sort it all out in a text.
Yeah, or even just do transactions online. So I'm next year for sure. Every spare penny, I feel like I'm behind the 8 ball is because I have a website, a nice website, but you can't do transactions on there.
Like easy
or
for
even
you to
do our email campaigns where I'm going to talk about this headdress today. Put it in front of the right people and say buy now, boom, and start creating that type of work.
Because
transactions for these younger generations, because that's how they roll.
Yeah, and just like Rocio said earlier, I was in high school back then. Well, think about that. My mentors, the people that I learned what I know today, are retiring. They're gone. They're leaving.
It's time for you to pass on the torch.
Eventually.
So them leaving, do you think their way of doing business is leaving with them?
If we're not teaching what we were taught, yes. If these kids don't have the the right mentorship, and because there's value in what it is that we do. There's value in sitting down and breaking bread with someone. There's value in trust and building that trust, because you can't trust this.
But
shit.
you know that kids,
And you
tell them,
can't,
"Vamos a comer,"
and you
they'll
can't,
get all nervous.
and you can't, and I don't care what anybody says, you can't trust AI completely, not 100%.
No.
Not 100%. It'll give you valid, valuable information, but AI won't break down a franchise agreement for you. Won't be specific and let you know how real diversion works and where to go and all the ins and outs that only experience can teach. So it's needed. It could play a part. It's a crucial part, and it's going to make life easier. But to what extent?
I mean, AI is made to help you out with like the mundane, typing in. So like to just make your life easier, maybe faster, but it's not made to replace.
But
Well, it doesn't have a personality, because what makes us
it doesn't have a personality. It doesn't have empathy. It doesn't give a shit.
No.
And I don't know about you, but I truly give a shit about my clients.
Well, and like they say, people don't. People don't respond until they feel like you care. Like really care, whether it's the transaction, the kid, the story. Yeah. And that's one thing, definitely that AI won't provide. But as these younger kids get into the purchasing roles, the engineers and all that stuff, I think there does have to be a morph of our way, the human way, and the AI way.
Well, perfect example. This past yesterday, I had a gentleman was reaching out to the company because they were trying to get rid of some concrete barriers, right? And he's like,
I saw that. They were all broken, those?
Well, yeah, there's the thing, right? He goes, I keep calling people to come and see if they could dispose of this, but everybody's telling me that they can't or they won't, and they're not giving me a reason, or they don't know, or whatever. I go, in order for me to answer that question, I need to come see it. Well, no one's asked for that. Why do you want to come see it? Well, based on the picture you sent me, it's doable. We just gotta do it right. They're telling you that they can't do it, and I think I know why. So sure enough, we go and we walk 17 acres, in a golf cart and shit, because I wouldn't have survived 17 acres. But, and I'm looking at these concrete barriers, and obviously, you're not going to hire a roll-off company because they don't work. So luckily, based on experience, something that probably AI wouldn't know, I called my good friends at one of the demo companies and I said, hey, I think I got something that I'm going to need your help on. And sure enough, he comes with me pieces. And then we go and we look at these things and we're like, right away, all right, we're able to do it. We'll load it into our containers. This mofo is going to crush it and process it so that it fits. You mean you could do it? Yeah, this is how. But perfect example. This kid was trying to figure it out here, but you can't. You gotta here.
Yeah. Yeah. So just so that I understand, because I did see that video and I did see those big ass pieces of concrete, and I was thinking to myself, how do they get those big ass pieces of concrete in a bin?
You
crush them down. It makes sense.
Yeah.
You crush it.
And you crush it and then you dump it, right? And you extract the rebar. Now you add value, because guess what, homeboy? You get money back for your rebar. What?
Oh, you guys give it back to the a little credit or a little money. Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So it's all recyclable. But see, it's those little things. It's those little things
that make the biggest difference. My mother used to say, "Los detalles chiquitos is what makes the biggest difference." So in closing, I think too, we have our beginning of our day with our plan, and then at the end of our day to kind of see, well, how did we do? How much did we accomplish? Yeah. What worked? What didn't? And then again, already have the plan. Lo que no se acabó, let's just say whatever. You didn't get to those 10 calls. The next morning, boom, I'm doing my 10 calls. And maybe I'm going to take your advice. Instead of waking up at my usual time, I'm going to get up maybe 30 minutes earlier. Because I can make 10 calls in 30 minutes. It just depends how long they last.
You got to have structure, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
I've worked in a lot of companies where I'm not...
Too many shoot from the hip.
I like CRMs, for example. I like what they're supposed to be intended, in my point of view, my opinion, my personal opinion. A CRM tool should be used to add structure, to be able to add notes, calendar your stuff as a sales rep. A lot of people, though, a lot of managers who've never sold shit in their life, I'm calling you guys out, and they get promoted to a sales management position, but they've
KPIs.
they've never sold anything. They've never been in the battle zone. They've always worked behind the scenes. They don't know what it's like to close a real negotiation. So you get those guys to start leading teams, and they start looking at the CRMs, and now they start to micromanage and look at the analytical. What you need is the bare bones, the meet your 4 to 5 people, new people, like you said. Meet your new people, accountability, whatever. Make sure they're grinding.
deals in the pipeline.
Yeah,
accountability.
But because what happens is KPIs, all that bullshit. Then these dudes try to look like rock stars. Well, I'm gonna show corporate how I'm improving the numbers. So you start saying, instead of 4 people, which is manageable, we all work in LA. Can you see 10 people a day in LA? With the traffic?
No.
No.
And you don't want people to feel like you're here real quick. You want to be like, I
You're
got all
lucky
day
if
for
you
you.
could do 3 within the same area.
Exactly. Look, 3,
within
that's a good number.
max.
That's a good number. 3 people, right? Because LA
Within
is
like
fucking
kind of
huge.
You have to think about the traffic too.
Right. So what they're getting all wrong everywhere else is this. You're going to make 400 phone calls a day. You're going to go see 10 people a day. So as a sales rep, what do you start doing? You have to start making shit up. I saw fucking safety vibes, and then I went to go see Rocio's construction. You know what I mean?
But they start doing that once they know they're going to get fired. Because I've seen
No, they
people,
do that way before just to fill the gap, just to fill the number. But the only true number as a sales leader, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner that you should really give a shit about is that number that comes at the end of the month.
That's right.
Yes.
That's going to tell me what you did all month.
Yes.
All right. That's going to tell me, because salespeople are a different breed. Good salespeople are a different breed. They're mavericks. You leave them the fuck alone.
Yeah.
You don't push.
They know what it takes.
Yeah, they know what it's takes.
They
A
know
good
if this
one
is going to take an hour or if it's going to take 5 minutes.
A good one. Oh, the one that's cracking the whip. You leave them alone. You don't micromanage them. You let them be who they are.
Well, but they should still have the
So,
CRM process.
To weed out the bad ones, but
Yes.
the good ones.
So
Then that number at the end of the month tells you who the good ones and who the bad
Yes.
ones.
And I think that's a good teacher for the sales manager to be like, man, this homie right here, he only makes 5 calls and his numbers are because that homie knows how to go after some big fish, some little fish to create the numbers. So then the sales managers can say, hey, you rookies over here that are doing 10 calls and ain't creating any numbers, maybe we should re-strategize and show them, because like you said, we could say, there's 8 hours, 5 minutes per phone call.
Yeah, it's unrealistic.
you can make literally 80 calls a day and do them without lying.
And not sell shit.
But not have a meaningful conversation. Because
Yeah.
you could just say, hey, I got your email. Cool, perfect. Send you. That's nothing.
Quality versus quantity,
Yes.
right? Quality. Because if I have someone that has 2 good quality meetings as opposed to 6 bullshit ones,
Yes.
come on.
There you go.
That's why
Realistic.
when it comes to CRM, because I've been in that position where there's like sales manager, like, hey, you need to upload this like every day. And as a new salesperson, coming from my experience from 3 years ago, it's like, oh my God, you're a little scared because you're like, oh, I don't want this guy on my butt again. So you try to input it there, but it's a lot. So
But that's what I mean, right? And we created, and I'm not going to tell you what we created because then people are going to start using what we created.
You created
But
your own CRM?
We created our own process. We created our own process with office support that limits the amount of time a sales rep's going to have to go
And do it.
Because
That's good.
instead of, I don't want you at a Starbucks playing catch up, homie. I want you at a construction
Yes.
site closing those deals.
Yes.
So guess what? I'm going to make your life easy. Real easy. You don't have to put stupid data.
you're lucky, man. We need that. Yeah, that's the missing connection between that, because I've been in the position where I'm like, dude, like I have to upload all this information in there, and then I'll get one manager who's like, what the F are you doing here? Like, I'd rather have you out there networking, going there,
Those are
shaking
the
hands,
mavericks that
and you
understand.
putting that
That's the
stuff.
time,
Like,
right?
we need to get
'Cause
someone
you
else
gotta-
to do
yeah,
that. Like,
time
and then
is-
like, plus you suck at details, because I do.
Yeah.
But you're like, you mess up the whole thing.
Time
like,
is money.
Yes.
Time is
Yeah.
money. I don't want you putting fake
Yes.
notes. Fool, you went to go see mom for lunch. Get out of here. You went to go see Safety Vibes. Liar. I know the owner of Safety Vibes. You
I'm
didn't
gonna
go
call her
see.
right now.
I'm
Did
gonna
you
call
really
her
go?
right
No,
now.
wait, don't call her.
Right? Well, that's just,
Yeah.
but my opinion. But what do I know? I'm just
Yeah.
trash, man. Yeah.
But we're living in a fast-paced world, man, right now. Well, recently, and I don't know, maybe we should look it up, but I heard that Amazon is through the roof in business because everybody just wants the convenience of getting it right
Well,
now.
Amazon's a quick thing because they have the product available, right? It's like a product. You could
Right
you
away.
could get it.
Yeah. So for us distributors for product, it's a challenge.
Yeah.
It's a challenge, but at the same time, it's still not a human thing. The thing is that everything is easy to return. You know what? It didn't work. I just return it. But again, our business is still projects. It's not the end user, like me wanting face paint.
Well,
for
like the
today
work
or
you do,
whatever.
like for the refineries and the specialty gloves, the cut gloves, like you still have a lot of value because I mean, Amazon's not going to tell you, the kind of work you're doing over here. I suggest glove B versus
Yes.
glove A, homie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, you know.
Well, but this is some of the smart ones, right? They'll be like, after I gave them all the information,
Then
they
they
go and
go.
they check. So now I'm prone. Now I know too. So before I even quote, sometimes I'll look to see what the Amazon thing rates are, and because we buy mostly everything direct, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be right there or right under or whatever I feel, depending on the volume. But it is a tool, and we do compare ourselves to Amazon because we are distributors for product.
yeah. Yeah.
But it's
things-
still good. It's still fun. Sales is still
I love sales. I love sales.
still the best job, if you ask me.
It is.
Well, what I think we all love about sales is the relationship, building those long lasting, caring about your clients, being there for them. Because yes, like, during the transaction, the part of it, the process, you have to rely on your team, right? Because you could sell it, you do this, but you're
Yes.
like, okay, I need my team to come through.
Absolutely.
Like, it's a whole thing. Like, you as a salesperson have to put your face there when shit hits the fan.
Oh yeah.
You have to all right, I have to
And people don't get enough credit.
Yeah.
People don't get enough credit for the fires we put out.
yes, you're the punching bag.
You get no kind of
I always
credit.
say
You're
that.
the
I'm the one with mud on my face.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, you're the tip of the spear, right? Because guess what? Salespeople are valuable because not a lot of people have the gift for gab. Not a lot of people could create relationships. Not a lot of people are comfortable in their own skin to get in front of somebody else and really have those negotiations.
Think about it. Lunch is an hour.
Yeah.
Oh my God! You tell somebody you're going to go to lunch with this person, they'll be sweating and just they'll start overthinking. Well, what am I going to talk about? Because it's not an authentic, genuine thing that comes natural for them. Well, we can't wait to go to our lunches. Like, where are we going to eat? We're going to.
But there's also a misconception, right? Like I've noticed, and this is in all companies. I've always noticed that that internally, people that work inside the office, they either glorify a sales position or they think you're the laziest bum. You don't do shit.
don't do shit.
You don't do anything. You have the glamorous life. You get to no. You're wide awake wondering if you're going to meet quota and if you're going to make enough money to pay the
No.
light bill. You're out there earning work for the person that's typing up the orders.
Yes.
You're earning work for the person that's doing the diversion report. You're gathering jobs for the drivers that rely on you to have jobs. You know what? I go to sleep at night. Not a lot of people will know because I don't tell a lot of people because I don't whine like a little bitch. But I go to sleep at night hoping and praying that our drivers have enough work to do their 8 hours, to do their 12 hours. Because I have empathy. I'm empathetic to the fact that I know people rely on us doing our job so that they could get.
So they have work.
And
Absolutely.
they get
Absolutely.
paid.
Yep.
Yeah. So hug your fucking sales guy.
That's
or your
right.
sales
Well,
manager.
on
the way I say it
blood
is
of a company.
it's like because we as salespeople, we are dealing with different issues. Not every day. I think there's a problem every day, but multiple times you might have 5 deals going in, and all of them are going down south. There's like. And then
There's
things happen
those
too,
there's
right?
those days, and then there's the good
There's
days
the good
when
days.
everybody loves you and everything's
Yes.
going
Yeah.
well, and they're
Yes.
telling 2 friends about you, and then you
Yes.
have your day where fucking everything went wrong.
Yes.
And still to be able to go home, this is key, to be able to go home and be grateful, I guess, for what we have, and to know tomorrow is another day.
That takes experience,
That's the
though, because I
way-
remember when I first started,
that's what
it
it
wasn't like
takes
that.
to
I
keep
used to be
going.
like, oh, I'm so sad I lost those deals and I didn't get my commission. I was, or like I just got rejected.
Wait, how?
I'm like, good. It's not sad. It's because you eat.
Yes.
You don't eat, if you don't close it, it's like, man.
Yeah.
But that's when you learn too, like, okay, I have to have a consistent pipeline, because if I go here putting all this time on these people and, it's different things, different reasons things go south.
Yes.
It could be someone else from the end pulled out. But
Yes.
to that point,
Consistent pipeline.
yes,
Key.
consistent pipeline.
Always.
Knowing what stage of the deal you're at. And just like what Frank said, being upfront, asking the hard questions.
Yeah. Yeah. People
think Yeah.
people
asking the
will
hard
People struggle with
respect
that.
you for it. For sure.
Yes.
This was great, guys.
That's
These
just
are
great.
so good.
No.
Probably have a different one about maybe like prospecting, how to get in the door, because that's hard too. Getting in the door is
Well,
hard.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
That
Well, I gotta
we're-
put my calavera mask on though.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
can we save the
Oh,
This
yeah.
is definitely
part?
this is definitely a topic that
Yeah.
we do need to explore more.
Yes.
though.
Yeah.
For sure.
Definitely for sure, because don't think it's just about
And there's a
recovery and
presentation.
religion,
Yes.
guys, because
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
about
No,
to
we're
get
not talking about
we're
that.
about to get real religious on how to make some money.
Yeah,
that's
and I
right.
think we could do one about presentations. I love presentations.
Yes.
Presentations like when you guide
our
people.
presentations kill.
Yeah.
We got a standing ovation that day.
Yeah, that
We're
was
like,
good.
"Oh."
Yeah.
Everybody was laughing.
I know.
It could
I
have
saw
gone
that. I
haywire.
was like, that was really good.
It kind of go
Bravo.
haywire. It could have. Imagine if if that competitor would have answered their phone though. Damn,
You
I
knew-
would have
also,
looked.
let me-
I would have
before
looked
we
like an
close-
idiot.
So before we remember, I told you, hey, I got some backyard work. Can we do a bit, little gangster?
Oh yeah, I got an answer for you.
Well, no, because the city only allows disposal, right? They're the only ones that can come and
Yeah.
do it. So what do I do? Where disposal? If you want, call extension, blah, blah, or that. Now call extension. I was like, oh my God, finally got an answer. Well, you got to send an email. And I could just hear you. Like if I call Arrow right now, they're going to answer the phone. But let me send this fucking email.
Yeah.
But luckily, we did get a pretty quick response. But
Okay.
I felt that.
Oh,
like
man.
it's so true. For when you call in and you
How
get the
tedious.
voice.
Yeah.
And this or that, because at Safety Vibe you get we answer the phone just
Yeah.
like Arrow. You don't
Yeah.
go to a voicemail or nothing like
That's
that.
what
So-
sucks about
Oh,
these
no.
franchise agreements. They lose the human component. They lose that personal touch. It doesn't exist when you take over a city. And who loses?
Mind you, they're pretty good, I guess. but
I guess you're all right.
this was great, guys. So I'm gonna go. My son is visiting today. I gotta go get ready.
Yeah.
And the Dodgers
They're gonna win tonight.
in 7, baby. That's right. Let's go.
And if they don't,
We're still Dodger fans.
Okay.
But they are.
yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks for listening to the Triangle Hustle podcast. If you like what you heard, please give us a follow, a like, and a share with anyone who might be interested in hustling with us. Leave us a comment. Let us know what other subjects you'd like the Triangle to cover. We'll see you next time.